This video features Jean Scott, who is also known as the Queen of Comps, and is about how to save money when planning a Las Vegas vacation. Jean is an expert on saving money in Las Vegas, and she has written several books on the subject, including Frugal Video Poker, The Frugal Gambler, and More Frugal Gambling. And now, here's Jean Scott.
The first thing you want to do when you plan a trip to Las Vegas is you want to choose the best dates. Now, some people don't have much flexibility, but if you are more flexible, you're liable and much more able to save money. I can give you some hints here. One of the best times to come is after the rodeo's over in December, the first 2 weeks in December, up and until then. After that's over and up to Christmas, that's a dead time of year. The casinos just want warm bodies in the casino. So, and they figure if you're going to stay there, you're going to play there. So you often could get bargains during that. As a general rule, if you're not flexible, a weekday trip is better than a weekend trip. Try to avoid holiday weekends, although there is an exception to that. The Thanksgiving weekend seems to be a family weekend and people stay home with their families, so sometimes you can get bargains on that holiday weekend. Another time to avoid is when there are big conventions, because prices go up not only on holidays but during big conventions. Once you have the dates that you've chosen, you want to decide how to get to Vegas and how to get a room. You usually need, this is like a puzzle, you need to check both things. If you're coming by car, of course, you're a little more flexible. If you need to get airfare before, then you need to check the prices. And also, at the same time, you need to check the prices of the rooms. Well, sometimes you can get a bundle. You'll get a travel agency. You can look in the Sunday paper, and sometimes they'll have packages that bundle the air and the room together. And often you can get these packages that are not much more than the air itself. There's just one problem with a package. If you think you're going to be doing some playing and might get your room comped, once you've paid for a package, you can't get the room comped. If you've come to Vegas before and played some, you might have some mailings from casinos. That's one of the best ways to get rooms, because they give you either discounted or free rooms. Sometimes, particularly if it's not the most glamorous resort, some of the smaller places, they will give you free rooms or heavily discounted ones. The next thing that you'll probably want to plan is where you are eating. I have a really good tip for that as a frugal tip, and that is eat a late lunch as opposed to a dinner. The lunch prices are always cheaper than the dinner rate. And then underneath that, there's a little trick. If you're going to a buffet, a lot of buffets in Vegas don't shut down between lunch and dinner. They kind of keep going, but let's say they stay open till 3:30 or 4 for lunch, and then they raise the prices, sometimes as much as $10. It always was funny to me when I would be in the casino buffet, and I would see people lining up at 5 minutes after 4, and I was there at 5 minutes before 4, because the rates change at that, and you get the same food. They start bringing out the little more exotic offerings. So that's one of my best tips. Of course, you probably didn't come to Vegas just to eat and see shows and just go around and sightsee. You might have come to gamble too. Surprise, surprise. And people are saying, well, I don't have very much. I don't have a very big bankroll. What could I gamble some and not spend so much money? Well, it took me 4 books to give all the hints that I know about saving money and gambling, and I assume that if you're serious about gambling, maybe you have read or you will read so that you gamble wiser, so that you don't lose so much money. But if you haven't had time to study and you don't want to study, you just want to go for luck, but you don't have much money either, here's some hints. The first thing is, and this is probably the number one hint, play at the lowest denomination you can. I see people go in and they want to play the $5 machines. They only have $100. They're going to be here for three days. You know, that could swallow you up in 2 minutes or even less. So if you're going to play the machines, play a low denomination. If you're going to play the tables, find the lowest denomination table you can do with the lowest minimums. A hint here is the smaller casinos usually have lower minimums, and particularly downtown is just full of casinos with sometimes dollar blackjack. You can usually find lower minimums during the week than on the weekend, but downtown you can always find them. You can even find quarter craps downtown. And when you're playing blackjack and craps or roulette, and you're playing at this low denomination, you can still whoop it up and have fun with all the people that are playing with you. And after all, that's what you want to do, have fun, isn't it? You can order the same drinks as the people in the high limit. And so even if you play just pennies, people say, okay, I don't have hardly any money at all, I say, and I want to play the machines. Okay, find a penny machine that has the fewest lines that you can find. Sometimes they're just 20 lines. Don't have one of these that's got 500 lines. 20 lines, then play 1 penny a line. A little trick is, and a little hint here, is that if you play every line, even the minimum of each line, you're going to get all the bonuses. The little pictures that come up, the little games, extra bonuses, and so forth. Obviously, your bonuses and stuff won't be as big, but you can have the fun of the bonuses. Of course, I would be remiss to not mention coupons. You know, before I was the queen of comps, I was the queen of coupon. And I still use coupons, and particularly for the low roller, coupons are a good use of your money, your gambling bankroll, because they take a lot of time. I have friends who go all over the city and do nothing but use coupons. They take up a lot of time. They're having a lot of fun. You say, well, where do I get these coupons? Well, sometimes when you check into a casino, they give you a coupon book. If, again, I mentioned the American Casino Guide and the Las Vegas Advisor both have a lot of coupons in their books. Coupons is a way to stretch your entertainment time, which is what I emphasize, particularly when you don't have much money or you don't come to Vegas very often or very long at a time. The point is you want to have fun, and coupons will stretch your fun. If I had to give one hint, and only one, about your trip to Las Vegas, I would say emphasize the free things that Las Vegas has. If you just Google free activities in Las Vegas, you will be amazed at what you can do. I can just name probably a dozen right off. You know, you can watch the gondolas at the Venetian. You can watch the volcano erupt at the Mirage. You can watch the dancing waters at Bellagio. I could go on. And there are internet sites that list literally hundreds of free things. I have had friends come to Vegas who did not gamble, and they did not gamble, and they kept busy every minute they were here by just doing free things. If you want to know more about me and some of the things I've written, you can go to my website, which is queenofcomps, no spaces.com, and on there will be a list of the books I have written, the Frugal series. A lot of them will show you how to play video poker and have more fun in Las Vegas.